I don't know why I was told or suggested to speak about this, but if you're 60 years old, I'm 56, so I'm I'm more close to 60 than I am probably anything else. 57, but your life is not over. If you live to 100, you got another 40 years to go. That's a long time. You can get a degree. You can start a new career. How many people become doctors when they're 60 and they're doctors till they're 100, Don't look, just because you're 60, don't look like, oh, I'm dead. That's it, I'm done. You're not. You're not done. Sure, you have to look at the world differently because you're not going to have kids. I hope not. But you could be a 60-year-old man and have kids, that's for sure. And we know many who have. But, let's just try to be positive. Try to stay hopeful. It's not so much positive, but hopeful for a good future. Don't be like all or nothing, because the negative is good too. The negative is good. The best thing I ever did in my life was crack, because it taught me so much about life. I saw things in Brooklyn and all over the city that I would never have seen if I didn't do crack. And at the time, I wasn't too happy about it. But now looking back, I'm like, it's kind of like when you have a kid at 15 or 18, it's like, oh, it was the worst time of my life, But when you're 30 and they're in college, it's like, not so bad. I got a life, but perspective, and paradox. What you think is bad is good, and what you think is good is bad. So having a kid at a young age is not a good thing. It's really bad for your parents for the most part, but you can manifest it into something good, something positive, And if you keep that attitude, you'll raise a good kid. If you're going to blame the kid for ruining your life, it doesn't help the kid. It doesn't help you either. Don't blame other people for your problems. They're your problems. You created them. You live with them, you fix them. If you don't want to live with them, fix them. And I know there's some people I'm talking to the wind. The narcissists, the psychopaths, the alcoholics. That's what I want to talk about. Like an alcoholic in the family. I'm calling alcoholics scumbags and lowlifes, and as long as they're drinking, that's what they are. So how many people have a father where they have a refrigerator full of beer, and if they said the word alcohol, they get flushed down the toilet. Alcoholic, they get flushed down the toilet. The world was, a hurricane would start in your house, a tornado in your house, if you said the word alcoholic. That's what they are. And their whole existence is a tornado in your life. Just sweeping up everything good in your life is gone. Either the money's not there, there's definitely no love. Just not much positive I can think of when you have an alcoholic in your house. And they blame you. And they blame you. If you weren't so difficult, I wouldn't drink so much. If you weren't such an asshole, I wouldn't drink so much. All these excuses, please. They write the book of excuses. So it's sad. It's really sad. And then not only do they ruin your life with their own alcoholism, you adopt it and you become an alcoholic yourself. So it's a whirlwind effect, just everybody loses. And, pretty much because, like I said, with AA, they congregate to AA and they get everybody's number and they date and they fuck and they do all those things. So they have alcoholic children between two alcoholics. So that kid is screwed. screwed. And I had this one kid, a baby. She was a baby. Maybe she was 2 years old. I don't even think she was that old. And she was gone. And it's happened more than once. I know a couple of kids, their brain's gone because mama drank while she was pregnant. Yeah. And that kid's got no future. The kid doesn't even know it's a kid. Couldn't speak, had no personality, no affect, no nothing. It was very, very sad. And the mother acted like nothing was wrong. Perfect baby. And no, it's not a perfect baby. And it was all because she drank for her. And that's why she acts like it's a perfect baby, because she don't want to act like she screwed this kid for life, with her drinking. She can't face that back. That's a fact that she can't face. And the funny thing is they want to have more kids, So it's just a whirlwind of fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And if you quit drinking for a month, I congratulate you, and it's a really good thing, but you didn't solve the world's problems because you did. You still got a lot of work ahead of you. And, the main problem with alcoholics, they get a year and they celebrate like crazy. They have a big party. Everybody's, they get to celebrate by themselves. Everything's great, great, great. And then a week later, they're drunk. But they don't have an 18-month. Some of them have an 18-month coin. I think they started that, but usually it's a year. And the problem is before the year, every month you get a coin, and you get to go up and they clap for you and stuff like that. But after the year, they don't do that no more. So it's like, they do it every year. They don't do it for every month. And then, the false bravado, it's just. And the thing too is when you get 2 years. See, the thing is when you walked in the door when you had one day. And rehab's messed that up completely, which is why rehabs exist, not to help you, but to hurt you. Because back in the old day, I got to do another video, and I think I'll start it now.